What's up everybody, it's Newcoin and we got so many updates here for Shiba Inu. So we have a new exchange listing. Pretty soon we're gonna have a Shiba Inu MA again here, which is going to be super interesting. And also something big is happening here to Ethereum, and just because of this, a lot gonna happen to Shiba Inu. So let's find out what exactly is happening. Satoshi Kusama did put in 100k into liquidity, so let's check out what just happened. So here we are, coin market cap. It says here the market cap for Shiba Inu right now is $2.4 billion. The volume in the last 24 hours, they go up by 15%, so $207 million. Of course, if you do want to buy the coin, you can check it out on all of these exchanges here, so pretty cool. But like I said, we got a new exchange here, so let's go to their Twitter actually. So on their Twitter, we can see TXBit basically did list the coin, which is super cool. But it says here, Atomic Wallet saying we're having an AMA Shiba token, a decentralized meme token that is growing into a vibrant ecosystem on August 6th. So tomorrow, or today basically. Rewards for it, where the best questions are $500. There you go. Super cool to see what's happening here. We're gonna have another AMA, so guys, if you have a lot of questions, do go and enter the AMA and do ask those questions. You can even get a reward here, which is super cool. Let's check out actually shibaswap here, because we have 334 million TVL and SHIB right now. The price of SHIB is 0.0060, so we did go lose that one number here. Leash is at $1,100 right now, and bone is at $2, so $2. So it's okay. We were a lot less before, so probably we're kind of going up right now, but this is still not enough. We need to go back to all the values we were before and then get past them even. But anyway, what's been happening here to crypto and to Bitcoin and to Shiba Inu, that Bitcoin did have a little bit of a pump here. We did reach all the way here to 37, but basically we did pump up to almost 40k. I think we did hit like 40k here, but as you can see, we got rejected, and now we're stabilizing here in this level. And just because that, the whole market is still going down. So Shiba Inu again had a nice pump here, but decreased. There you go, got pretty much rejected. Leash here trying to stabilize. Yeah, again another pump here, stabilization, and that's it. So we just continue to stabilize until we see what really happens to Bitcoin. We can't really say anything about Shiba Inu. Hopefully Bitcoin does break to the top side and we do continue to go up, but we're gonna see. Let's continue. We got so many updates. First thing first, I'm gonna talk about here. It says Satoshi will give rewards from his own wallet on shibaswap. If you ask for a burn, there is a thank you note from the devs. So here is the comment saying Brewery Ship already has one of the most robust systems out there, while shibaswap only gives sushi. We give multiple currencies for all of our tokens, and this makes the return reward system time consuming as AF. I spent most of my day yesterday and into this morning signing transaction to distribute all the rewards in DAI, Rapid BTC, Ethereum, and USDT. However, this is noted. In fact, I am personally going to add 100k into the pool for the next payout in 2 weeks as my personal thank you to the SHIB army for 1 year. But ultimately, we need more volume on swap. Somehow, I need the army to understand how rewards will be different depending on volume. So basically, what's happening here is that Satoshi put in his own money here, so 100k, putting into 100k into shibaswap here into liquidity. So pretty cool, because a lot of people here will be able to get a part of those 100k, so awesome. But also looks like that here he's just telling us that we're gonna need a lot more volume for shibaswap. If we have a lot more volume, then the rewards for shibaswap will be a lot bigger. So there you go. If we actually go back, we have some comments saying, point is, you want better rewards, use shibaswap. Tell your friends, more volume, better rewards. So there you go. Some people still don't understand how to use shibaswap. Guys, we do have like tutorials on YouTube how to use it and everything. It's pretty simple. It's not that complicated. We have to get into crypto, guys. You have to understand what you're doing with your coins, with your money. It's your money, so please do study and please do get informed what you're doing and what you need to do on shibaswap. So there you go. If you do continue, I want to talk about this thing here. So it says here, a London fork, a technical analysis on Ethereum upcoming changes set to the launch tomorrow. Now Moon, let's do some more math. So I'm gonna skip everything. I just want to talk about burn. So about the burn. So this is the most controversial part of the new EIP rollout. Ethereum will now introduce a burn mechanism. So burn mechanism for Ethereum. As you all know, I just posted a huge explanation on why burn is not always a good thing. And yet here we have Ethereum consortium moving to burn. So Ethereum gas fees were always paid out to the miner who completed the work. This was their paycheck. The incentive for setting up incredible, expensive and energy-consuming networks of computers to mine and fulfill contracts, these fees pay for the work that miners did to get you your cold hard crypto tokens into your wallet in seconds. EIP will now burn those fees, so the miner will no longer receive the fees you pay to do the work. This will change everything, and I do not believe it will be a good change. What incentive does the miner have to be the highest bidder on your contract if they will not get paid? Nobody likes doing work for free, especially when that work costs you money. The Ethereum consortium claims that the tips will provide the incentive, but there is absolutely no evidence that this is true. There's no data pointing to support this claim because it has never been tried in crypto before. Traditionally, miners just got paid for the work they did regardless of the network. We have no basis of comparison for this kind of change, let alone on the second biggest network in crypto. It says here, what will happen now? Nobody knows for sure. I am of the opinion that in the short term, the Ethereum network will lose a percentage of miners. They will flee to more proficient mining platforms as the fee profit they're accustomed to seeing will dry up. This will lead to less miners doing the work, leading to higher network traffic, leading to higher fees, not lower fees. The less people in the pool doing the work, the higher you pay to get the work done. Again, the law of supply and demand kicks in. So EIP will likely lead to less workers, not more. Now you'll have a forced fee placed on you by an algorithm. The fee will just get your contract out into the network to be picked up. But what if you do not tip? The contracts that have a tip attached will have a highest priority, while miners will drop your contract since there is absolutely no incentive for them to fulfill it. This will lead to millions of failed transactions as they sit in the pending status until they time out. The fee you pay to place it on the network will be paid, so your Ethereum wallet will drop, but your swap, transfer, sell, buy contract will not be fulfilled. Users that tip will have the contract fulfilled. Users who do not tip will not. This is an insane proposition. On top of all of this, if this burn does lead to an increase in price of Ethereum, as some analysts have predicted, it will only drive the fee price up, not down. If a transaction costs 0.003 Ethereum when Ethereum is at 2,400 tokens, so $7, at the same 0.003 will be 9 USD when Ethereum is at 32,000 a token. How is that lowering costs again? So why did they do this? Personally, I am dumbfounded and have been for weeks since I first became aware of EIP. I had hoped that more sane heads would prevail before they went with this proposal, but sadly they did not. In an effort to control a free market, Ethereum consortium has decided that they no longer want to play by the rules of a free market and institute regulations and artificial limits on how the markets works. This has never worked out positively in history of free markets. A group of intelligent economic-based individuals should know this, and yet here we are. Now, do I think Ethereum will die? No, but I do believe that this will be the catalyst for a massive exodus of networks and swaps using the Ethereum network for the basis of their crypto. If you read my post on burns, then this is a little evidence to suggest that this will lead to rapid increase in the price of Ethereum as well, which reading many of the interviews of Ethereum consortium members was one of the goals they set to achieve. So apparently 262 yearly growth was not enough of a price increase for them. Insane. So now what? Bring on Shiba Inu blockchain. So EIP will have dramatic effects on the Ethereum network over the next year. We will see a massive exodus of miners, heavy traffic increases, and hard cap gas fees. This is not hyperbole. This is always what happens when anyone attempts to regulate a free market with restrictions. This also proves that Ethereum is not decentralized, as a very small group of people have decided to impose their will on the rest of the network to achieve personal goals outside of the free market. Rather than waiting for market forces to drive the price of their token up, they have imposed artificial supply and demand forces. All markets correct themselves over time. The Ethereum consortium failed to allow for this correction. It was only a matter of time before more miners joined the network, lured by the profit margins that current fees would bring. Had they allowed the network to grow organically, this was always going to be the end result. Gas would have organically fell as more and more miners jumped in to get in on those sweet gas fees. Now instead we will see large mining operations abandon the network in search of better profit on other networks. So buckle up, Shiba Inu. Things will remain bumpy. As always, I'll leave the floor open to debate. Huge thing here. Basically what's happening is that Ethereum is changing how they work. Basically, they're not going to reward miners anymore. What's going to happen here is that I think people, when they have a transaction, they'll be able to tip if they do want so. It's not something you have to do, but you can tip. And basically, if you do have a tip, then your transaction will basically be transacted a lot faster. So miners will not get rewards, but they will get tips for doing the job. It's like having a taxi, basically. The problem is the taxi guy also gets money. Not just by tipping, he gets a part of the money he drive you for. So that's the thing. So why would miners mine the coin if they're not getting enough value from it? And that's the biggest problem here we're seeing. If we have less miners, then the transaction cost will be larger. People will not be just won't buy the coin at all, and that's a huge problem. That's a huge problem, guys. Here, even if they're using that money to do a burn, to basically do a buyback burn, it's still not a good idea, because basically you're not gonna have miners. And what's gonna happen here is that basically what I think at least will happen is that people who want to have a lot more money and want the transaction to be done like in seconds, it will happen because they're gonna have they're just gonna give like a $1,000 for like $1 million transactions, so they can happen like in like half an hour or something like that. So there you go. This is what I think will happen. It's basically who's winning here. Somehow the people who have the most money are winning. So the small guys are not gonna win this battle. The small guys are actually gonna lose this one a lot more than we think. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen here. Hopefully, the answer is the Shiba Inu needs to make their own ecosystem. By doing so, it's gonna be a lot easier because they can work for themselves. So it's gonna be a part of an Ethereum network, but they're gonna have their own like blockchains. It's gonna be a lot easier for everything to work, and you're not gonna have transaction fees. Like you are gonna have transaction fees, but you're not gonna have Ethereum fees. You're gonna have the fees in basically Shiba Inu or something like that. And just because of that, it's gonna be a lot more different, and they can lower the fees astronomically. So there you go. There you go. There's something that could happen here to the coin pretty soon, actually. So yeah, in the end, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. If you do want to buy these coins, please do your own research first. If you did enjoy this video, it means so much to me if you can like this video, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and see you guys in the next video.